Welcome to the annual Charles L. Whistler Award Ceremony. This is, as you know, if you've been here, the highest award for civic leadership given by the Mayor of Indianapolis. I am Emily Koshnick. I am the Executive Director of the Greater Indianapolis Progress Committee, and Gypsy is proud to co-sponsor this event every year with the Mayor, so thank you for attending this morning. Before we begin, I want to thank Faegre Drinker for once again serving as our title sponsor. They have been longtime supporters of this event, and Charles Whistler was a partner for many years at what was then Baker & Daniels, and we are grateful that they continue to honor his memory and legacy and his service with a significant sponsorship of this event. At this point, I would like to recognize our other sponsors, and I ask that you hold your applause to the end because we have a lot this year, which I'm very grateful for. So in addition to our title sponsor, Faegre Drinker, we have our legacy sponsor, Pacer Sports and Entertainment, our visionary sponsors, Bose McKinney & Evans, Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, Citizens Energy Group, MS Corporation, Frost Brown Todd, IU Indianapolis, RepuCare, Taft, and the Shaheen Family Foundation. Our loyalty sponsors are AES Indiana, Indianapolis Neighborhood Housing Partnership, Eli Lilly and Company, First Merchants Bank, Indianapolis Indians, Key Bank, Old National Bank, and Visit Indy. And of course, we couldn't do this without the support of our table sponsors. We have Butler University, Health and Hospital Corporation, Indianapolis Airport Authority, Indianapolis Colts, Indy Chamber, IU Health, Ivy Tech Community College, JP Morgan Private Bank, Shrewsbury & Associates, and the National Bank of Indianapolis. Let's give a big round of applause for all of the sponsors. So we're going to get our board chair, Heather Wilson, up here in a second to give you a little more information on the Whistler Awards. But at this point, I would like all past Whistler winners to stand so we can recognize you. I know there are a few in the audience. There we go. And I know we have some city county council members in the audience, so if you could stand and we can recognize you. Welcome this morning. And of course, we're going to hear from our mayor, Mayor Hogsett, in just a bit. Yeah, you know that. And then one last thank you to Ivy Tech for their hospitality. We've hosted here several years, and it's always such a great venue for everybody. So thank you again. So as you know, we are here this morning to honor the tradition and legacy of Charles Chuck Whistler. We'll get to breakfast and this year's award in just a bit, but first I want to bring up Gypsy's board chair, Heather Wilson, to talk a little bit about this award and why this year is so special.
There you have it.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I was so excited. I got out 3 pairs of heels to try to wear today, and I thought, you know what? We're celebrating sports today, so I didn't think people would mind. So good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the 2024 Charles L. Whistler Ceremony and Breakfast. One of the most meaningful traditions of the Greater Indianapolis Progress Committee, or GYPSY, since 1983. And I am Heather Wilson. I am GYPSY's chairperson, and I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I think we have a record crowd this morning. So. For those of you who are new to GYPSY, we are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization created in 1965 that partners with leaders of the public and private sectors of Indianapolis to study, discuss, and address issues of concerns and areas of opportunity to advance the progress of our city. We are fortunate to have so many of our board members with us today. This morning, we celebrate extraordinary individuals who have shaped the spirit, the culture, and the future of our great city, just as Charles L. Whistler envisioned through his legacy of civic leadership and service. This year is especially significant because we're presenting this prestigious award to not one, but 2 outstanding leaders, 2 giants of Indianapolis sports, entertainment, and Tourism. Tamika Catchings and Jeff Simolian. These individuals have not only elevated their industries, but have brought our communities together in ways that inspire and endure. Both Jeff and Tamika embody the values of collaboration, innovation, and service that Charles L. Whistler Award represents. Together, they have not only shaped Indianapolis, but have also inspired countless individuals to dream bigger and to do more for their communities. On behalf of the Greater Indianapolis Progress Committee and in partner with Mayor Hogsett, it is my great honor to celebrate their achievements this morning. Before we enjoy breakfast and the rest of the program, however, I'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Dennis C. Sasso, Senior Rabbi Emeritus at the Congregation of Bethel Zedek, to come and come to the podium and provide our invocation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If you would allow me a moment of personal privilege, this occasion and this location are meaningful and memorable for my wife Sandy and for me. Some 47 years ago, it was known as the Stofers Inn. And Jeff may not be aware, but it was here at the top floor that Jeff's father, Sam Simolian, hosted the lunch interview that eventuated in Sandy's and my coming to this city. So far. 1977 was also the year that Elvis Presley did his last concert at Market Square. So we were here around the same time. You can tell the difference. Let us pray for our city and its people. And let us give thanks for all who helped to make it the heart of America's heartland. Let us give thanks for Tamika and Jeff, for their talents and their grace, their example and their humility, their philanthropy, and their gifts of the Spirit. It has been said that the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to share it with others. So thank you, Tamika and Jeff, for sharing your gifts with the people of Indianapolis and Indiana. You belong in the basketball and broadcasting halls of fame. Thank you for teaching us about teamwork and about personal development, for modeling sportsmanship and for mentoring entrepreneurs, for catching stars, and for broadcasting emes. Some of you may not know that emes is the Hebrew word for truth. So let us invoke the Holy One of Truth and offer blessings upon our honorees, Tamika and Jeff, who honor truth and integrity, trust, cooperation, and respect. And let us this morning give thanks for the food we will share, for the bounty of the earth, and for the ready hands and willing hearts that bring it to us. Let us give thanks for the fellowship of this hour, for the mayor, the city council, those who ensure our safety and our rights, for the members of the Greater Indianapolis Progress Committee who remind us of the sacred values of citizenship by celebrating the vision and the example of Charles L. Whistler. Tamika and Jeff, may you go and grow from strength to strength, modeling good citizenship, leadership, and service, inspiring us with hope and prosperity, sowing harmony and peace for our world that yearns, and bringing honor to the Hoosier legacy and name. Amen.
As the rest of the meals are being served, Please enjoy this video tribute to our first Whistler awardee of the morning, basketball star, legend, entrepreneur, and philanthropist Tamika Catchings.
Tamika is a servant leader. She is someone that is approachable and authentic. She looks to mentor and help in all aspects of the word. She is someone who also challenges our community to be even more equitable. She has done that for decades.
I drafted Tamika to the Indiana Fever in 2001, so I've known her whole professional career, and then we've remained friends, and certainly I feel like in some ways I joke with her mother, like I helped raise her when she first came to Indiana as a young player, and started her career here, and then a couple of years later started her foundation and really became passionate about making a difference in our community.
I watched Tamika as a young player, just change the game, and then also to come to Indianapolis for the Fever and the WNBA, and to really bring a whole new level of women's athletics to our city. So from a distance, I've always celebrated her, but got to know her over the past several years as the owner of Tease Me, one of my favorite places in the city.
I think I first met her probably 20 years ago when I was working on a project. So when I heard that she was bringing the Tease Me Cafe to Tarkington Park, I was really excited, because I think she's always had the reputation of professionalism and community-driven and collaborative and family-oriented, and so that was really exciting for a community center to have that in the park right across the street.
With what Tamika has accomplished in her career, what she's doing as a business person, she's a part of the fabric of the city. We have so many great people that have helped Indianapolis grow, whether it be amateur sports, professional sports, tourism, and all those kinds of things. And now she's sort of that next generation that people know of, and people know her name. And I think that carries a lot of weight, not just in our city, but across the country.
Her rookie year, she came into my office after the season was over, and she had her notepad. She was reeling off, what she wanted to accomplish in the off season. She wants to do this and she wants to do that, and what we could do to help her achieve those things. And then she flips the page over and she says, "Now what can I do for you?" And I've never had a player at any time ever say those words, "What can I do for you?"
I think that she is just genuine and really relatable, and that has translated into her leadership style. And so I think her leadership is genuine. She's really engaging and wants to hear from everybody and wants people to be involved and wants everybody to benefit. And I think that is a value that matches with the city of Indianapolis.
Tamika is a superstar, a gold medal winner, WNBA superstar. But really it transcends that. It transcends sports. Her incredible value to the community transcends all of that, because she is a community leader and she has such a big heart.
I think it's so cool when professional athletes make Indianapolis their home after their career is over. It'd be very easy to leave and go somewhere else. And, Tamika has chosen to make Indianapolis her home. And I think all of those things that she did while she was an athlete transcended and carried over into her personal life.
She's an incredibly focused and dedicated board member, and she makes sure that the entire organization is focused on making our community better. So her power is connecting this wonderful organization and its incredible strength and leveraging to make our community better. She has incredible organizations. Catch a Star is phenomenal.
I think the kids that Tamika works with would get to see the Tamika that all of us see. And so they get to see the genuine fun, caring about, their health, their future, their sports, their nutrition, all the things that her foundation cares about.
I watched her, do have one-on-one times with young girls who I know for a fact, left there and felt like I can go do anything now.
Tamika was one of the first of the 50 people to stand to be the eye in Indy when we launched those NDY sculptures in 2015. There's the economics of what she's generated by simply being a player. There's the benefit we get because she's an Indy ambassador and could live anywhere and speaks so positive about our city. And then she's approachable. When we need her to pitch for a convention or greet a traveler or a travel writer here in our city, she takes the time to do that.
And then you also look at the future. We're soon going to be hosting the WNBA All-Star Game. I'm sure she is going to be someone that we are going to lean on in a big way and is just the best representation and spokesperson that we could have in the city of Indianapolis. In the city of Indianapolis, that is a sports town, in a basketball state, I mean, who could better represent us than Tamika Catchings?
The Whistler Award has been given to people that have had very, very long careers and have established themselves in the community and have helped the community. Can you imagine what Tamika is going to do in the next 20, 30, 40 years? Everything that she's done, she's got the Whistler Award. Now the problem is, what award do we give her in 10 years?
At this point, I'd like to welcome Mayor Joe Hogsett to the podium to say a few words about the 2024 Whistler Award winner, Tamika Catchings. Welcome, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Well, indeed, good morning. It's so wonderful to get together and celebrate this year's Whistler Awards breakfast with a record crowd. And it speaks volumes about the two people we honor today. Thank you for being here to honor them. And I'm thrilled, as mayor, to be here for the Whistler Awards breakfast. There's truly nothing better than getting an opportunity like this to honor folks for their amazing contributions to this community, our city. I'm humbled every year by the humility, the generosity, and the genuine goodwill of our Whistler Award recipients. And our first 2024 awardee is no exception, certainly no exception. As you have likely gathered from the video we just watched, Tamika Catchings is a woman who simply needs no introduction and needs no validation. She has done that on her own, introduced herself and validated herself. But what I will say about Tamika is that her legacy did not start and has not ended with a remarkable, world-renowned basketball career. As important as that is, that's just the beginning. Even after her time in the NCAA, the WNBA, and the Olympics, Tamika continues to blaze a path of outstanding accomplishment. By the way, as an aside, we are so excited that Indianapolis in 2025 will be hosting the WNBA All-Star Game. And I think Tamika probably had something to do with that. But through her Catch the Stars Foundation, which is celebrating 2 decades of success this year, and her local business, as was referenced in the video, Tease Me Cafe. I mean, it happens to be the place all of us go to relax and enjoy one another's company. Through those businesses and through her foundation, Tamika has uplifted and empowered thousands of our city's young people. No more important investment can we make as a community than an investment in our young people. They are the future. And in so doing, Tamika has greatly strengthened our community. Even though her impact on Indianapolis is larger than most of us can even begin to imagine, there is one thing that we know for certain. Tamika has undoubtedly played a role in the bright future that our city has to look forward to. So on behalf of that grateful city, I extend to Tamika a warm thank you and a heartfelt congratulations on your recognition today. Tamika, you have touched the lives of so many people. So many here in Indianapolis, and we consider ourselves beyond lucky to have you here with us. So now, everyone, please join me in welcoming this amazing community champion to the stage. I give you Tamika Catchings.
Love you, Donna.
Thank you. To whom much is given, much is expected. Luke 12:48. This morning and the last couple of days, as I've been reflecting on this huge honor, I start with that because I do feel without God, I would not be here. And so first, my glory goes to him and my thanks. But I remember 23 years ago, my sister and I packing up my white Toyota Camry with all of my stuff from the University of Tennessee. Because our general manager, Kelly Koskoff, said, I need you to leave Knoxville and come to your new home, Indianapolis. Now, I know when we had the conversation driving up here, we were like, okay, what are we gonna do? And if you guys remember, I tore my ACL my senior year in college. And so when I arrived in Indianapolis, it really was about, what are we gonna do? Am I gonna mourn the loss of not being able to play in the moment? Or are we gonna really extend and take advantage of an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of others? Well, we chose that. So we started programming immediately, and in 2004, as Mayor said, we are celebrating 2 decades of changing young people's lives through fitness, literacy, and youth empowerment in the Catch the Stars Foundation. But we started programming right away, and in 2004, when we got our 501c3 status, it's crazy to think that through that journey, 20 years later, I retired in 2016, excuse me, don't short myself. 2016, so played 15 years, have been gone from the court for 8 years. And the impact that we have been able to make in the 8 years and now in the 20 years with the Catch the Stars Foundation. When I say to whom much is given, much is expected, I look at every single facet of life. Without basketball, I wouldn't have been here in Indianapolis. Or maybe God would have had that plan. But without that, we would not have been able to be here. Without that journey of being able to have a platform, who knows if we would have started the Catch the Stars Foundation and been able to make an impact. And without that, when you look at Tease Me and what we've been able to accomplish, all of the things that we have done intertwine. Today, I just want to say a little thing about dreaming big. Heather said it. I'm big on dreaming big because I always think about you have to believe in something. And for us, it's always been finding the positive in every single person that we interact with. but being able to believe in something that's bigger than us. And I know a lot of you guys were at the duck luncheon, excuse me. And I talked about the belief of this city and how we can come together and really be an example for the world, for our nation. But you have to start with believing in something, and I believe that there are so many great people here in Indianapolis. I get asked all the time, why are you still here? We are here because of the love that I feel in this room, coming in, the hug, the love, the people that I get to see. But also, you guys inspire me. You inspire me to be great. You inspire me to be better. You inspire me to continue to do the things that we get to do every single day through basketball, through Tease Me, through the foundation, through commentating. And because of your belief in me and what we do, because of the way that you inspire me and hopefully I inspire others, the biggest thing that I want from all of that is to be great. To be great in every single facet, in every single thing that we do. Not for me, that should be for all of us. The other day, Darla and I, our general manager for Tease Me, we had quite a task ahead of us. There was a shipment of Tease Me bottles that came in. I'm not going to go through the whole story, I don't have that much time. But needless to say, I ended up learning how to do the manual forklift. We had 26 pallets. I think we ended up getting over 31,000 bottles of tea here. So they're here, so come and get them. Come and get them, right? But you should see me going in the truck, putting it in, cranking it, pulling it down, making sure that I don't get ran over by the pallets. I thought I was going to pop my other Achilles, but thank God I did not. But the young man that was helping us that actually had the forklift, I was the one sweating, he was not. The one that had the forklift, he said, why are you working so hard? Are you guys on a time restraint? I'm like, we got things to do. We got to get this done, we got a meeting at 12, and we got to get here, and we got to get that. He was like, you are working too hard. Joel and I had this conversation about mediocrity because it's become acceptable to be mediocre. And so when I go back to dreaming big, believing, inspiring, and being great, the G and the greatness in the G, every single day we have an opportunity to make a difference. Every single day we have an opportunity to be great in whatever it is that we want to do, whatever walk of life we are in. So when we are with our young people, we are with our young people. When we are with our middle-aged and then our wise people, every single opportunity we have an opportunity to make a difference. I'm thankful for this award. I'm thankful for the people that have come before me. I'm thankful for the colored photo and not the black and white photo. And Mayor, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the people, this is my family right here. My family, my extended family, and all of you are an extension of my family. You guys welcomed me with open arms 23 years ago. And you're right, we're not finished yet. We got a lot more to do. So thank you guys for this award. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. I feel it every single place I go. I love hugs, y'all know that. My husband is like, you need to stop, but I just, there's enough love for all. So I appreciate you guys, and I'm really thankful for this award. Best wishes, God bless. Thank you. Dream big.
Put the microphone a little lower. Our second Whistler Award winner of the morning is a trailblazer whose visionary leadership in media and sports and entertainment has transformed the way we connect and engage as a city and beyond. Please enjoy this tribute to Jeff Samoyan.
I first met Jeff back when Evan Bayh was elected governor, and Evan and Jeff were close, and Jeff was a strong supporter of Evan Bayh's, and so I got to know him that way, and we've known each other ever since, both personally and politically, and in sort of his business life as well.
I first got a chance to work with Jeff when I worked for the city of Indianapolis, and he's a giant in our community, known in the radio business nationally and internationally, and of course also known in many other capacities as well in terms of a sports franchise owner. And then here in Indianapolis, Jeff has just made such an impact on this community.
Jeff has ventured out in many directions, business, professional, political, in the sense that he is invested in the best interests of the city of Indianapolis and of the state of Indiana and of the country.
I remember from my times, I worked in the governor's office and I also worked in the mayor's office, and he was equally sought after for advice, whether it was a governor or whether it was a mayor. Didn't matter what party it was, they wanted his advice because he had just such a great track record of being an entrepreneur or being a business person here in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis was built on civic pride and civic leadership, corporate leadership and political leadership working together. Nobody over the decades has illustrated that concept better than Jeff Smulyan. I knew Chuck Whistler, I'm that old, and Jeff is the perfect epitome of the civic commitment of Chuck Whistler.
I think he has a real innate love of Indianapolis. He wanted to make it a better city. And we did that through media. I mean, that was the business. And we gave it a good magazine. We gave it good radio. He gave it good radio stations. I wasn't involved in the radio side. But we did everything we could to honor Indianapolis.
Jeff is really a visionary. He aims high and he works with everyone. And so whether it's his involvement as the CEO at a CEO level on, for example, the Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, his involvement in day-to-day community activities with his daughter, Sammy. I mean, he's right there on the ground helping people, sharing ideas and trying to make it a better place. And frankly, Jeff does make Indianapolis a better place.
So he is a person who invites others to participate, and he brings people from all different sectors, from the business sector, from the political sector, from the entrepreneurial and entertainment sectors to participate.
Well, I mean, Jeff is a dependable contributor to important Indianapolis causes. And so it's not just the anchoring of Emma's on the Circle, which was huge at the time. No one can remember before the Circle Center and all of the problems we had. Jeff's commitment to the community allowed him to do that. But he is a regular volunteer for community activities. Emma's is a contributor to volunteer initiatives. Jeff's talk is matched by his commitment financially and as a corporate leader.
You know, I still listen to him in my head. When he says, take the high road, it's less traveled. I say that to my children. I say it to my grandchildren. When he says, what's the worst that could happen? You know, that's another phrase that he would use, meaning take a risk. And I think that's another layer of Jeff that a lot of people don't see, is the just the wisdom that comes from life and the wisdom that comes from heading up a company like that for all those years. So I keep him with me even when we're apart.
But as I think back on how I would categorize Jeff's role in the history of our city, that's the way I think of it. That when that sort of first generation of founding fathers and mothers was starting to fade a little bit, he's the guy who really became the leader of the next generation.
You know, everyone who's ever received the Whistler Award is selfless in some way, because you're putting, your community and putting your city before yourself. And Jeff is someone who's incredibly worthy of that designation, of this award. And I can't think of anyone in our city who's more deserving.
When I think about people who have contributed so much to Indianapolis, Central Indiana, and our broader community, I can't think of anybody who's done more than you, my friend. virtually every philanthropic, business, and civic undertaking that's been worthwhile in the last, 4 or 5 decades. Are we really that old? Has benefited from your participation and help. As a matter of fact, Jeff, while in general, I'm opposed to human cloning, in your case, I might argue we should make an exception, although Heather might complain about that. In any event, my friend, congratulations, Godspeed, and the final thing I would say is that the more people we have like Jeff Smulyan in this world, the better off this world will be.
I'd like to welcome again Mayor Joe Hogsett back to the podium to say a few words about our 2024 Whistler Award winner, Jeff Smulyan.
To our former governor, Evan Bayh, we don't get older, Evan, we just get better. Now, as you just saw, we honor another figure who looms large, not just in Indianapolis, but all over the world. Jeff Smulyan has often been called the godfather of radio, the godfather of broadcasting, the godfather of media, and all of those for good reason. At one point, as the founder of Emmis Corporation, a company that still calls Indianapolis home, Jeff was the head of the largest privately owned radio broadcasting company in the entire country, in America. He was the driving force behind the revolution and the innovation of an entire industry. But just like our previous Whistler honoree, Jeff's impact goes far beyond what some may call his most notable accomplishments. As an Indianapolis native, his many decades of success and giving back have left an indelible mark on our city. He has mentored countless emerging business leaders, as our video underscores. He has supported the Indianapolis Jewish community through his involvement with his synagogue, and he has set the bar high for Indianapolis business when Emmis was named as one of Fortune magazine's 100 best companies to work for. But that's not all. Jeff has also contributed to our city's success as a whole, in its entirety, as many folks in the video mentioned. His efforts to revitalize our downtown and put Indianapolis on the map have been absolutely instrumental over the years. Of course, all of this is to say that, well, Indianapolis just wouldn't be the first-class city that it is today without the work of Jeff Smulyan. And I know we all can agree on that. So once again, on behalf of our great city, the city of Indianapolis, thank you, Jeff, and congratulations on your more than deserved recognition today. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Smulyan to the stage. Congratulations, my dear friend. Well deserved.
Wow, this is very nice. I look at this crowd. I want to thank everybody at the Progress Committee and Mayor for honoring me and for years and years and years of friendship. Thank you. I also want to congratulate Tamika. Tamika, I marveled at your athletic ability, and I marvel even more at the leadership that you've shown in making this community a better place to live. Thank you. I also want to thank my family, my Emma's family. I get them a little confused. That's my family. That's my Emma's family. And my family, and also all the friends who are here today. I've seen so many people. Thank you. You know, getting up this early in a day when it's 14 degrees, my gosh, that's amazing. So thank you. And I want to dedicate this honor to the memory of my sister Dale, who passed away this year. I didn't know Charles Whistler, but I know many people who did, and they've all spoken glowingly about his incredible commitment to making Indianapolis a better place. I'm humbled to receive this award named in his memory. Now, I have to admit, I feel strange about getting awards. But a friend once reminded me, Jeff, if you live long enough and you're not indicted for anything, they'll give you awards. So just. And Mayor, there are no warrants out, I don't think. And I have to admit, there's one award that I really am excited about. A number of years ago, an industry group came to me and said, we'd like to name an award, the Jeff Smulyan Award, in your honor. And I said, that is my most cherished award, because it's in my honor, not my memory. So I take awards with a grain of salt. But my family came to Central Indiana 140 years ago with nothing but a dream for a better life. Through 6 generations, we have found that better life here. My late father once told me, home is where they celebrate your birth, they care about you throughout your life, and they care for your family when you die. That is what we found here. People have asked me why I love this community, and I respond that there's an unmistakable spirit. People are constantly willing to roll up their sleeves to make things better, whether it's elected officials, corporate executives, foundation leaders, or everyday people. The thousands of people who volunteer to make every event here special. People in Indianapolis care about each other, they care about creating a better quality of life, and they care about leaving a legacy to those who will follow. I don't love the phrase, punching above your weight, but that's really what we do here every day. We're landlocked in the middle of a slow-going part of the country. No oceans, no mountains. I've always joked that Sunbelt cities get more people moving there by accident than we do by design. Still we thrive, earning the title, the Star City of the Snowbelt. I spent a lot of time on both coasts, and people always ask me, what's the best thing about Indianapolis? I always answer, because when somebody gives you a word in Indianapolis, you can take it to the bank. And believe me, that's not true in most places. For generations, people here have checked their egos at the door and have sought to solve the problems that have faced every urban area. And more times than not, in Indianapolis, they've really solved those problems. And I think that's what makes us unique. I've been proud to have played a small role in the growth and success of Indianapolis, but that role was achieved because I've been able to stand on the shoulders of so many who paved the way. The city's course was forever altered by Charles Whistler and Tom Binford and Jim Morris and so many, many others. All of us are the beneficiaries of their leadership and vision. For me, I'm proud to have carried on the 140-year legacy of my ancestors, and I know they would be happy to know that the home they created here has been a tolerant, welcoming home to our family and the family of so many others. Thank you. What do I do now? Oh, I see.
All right, can we have another round of applause for both our recipients? I want to thank all of you for joining us on this special celebration of the Charles L. Whistler Legacy Award and our newest award recipients, Tamika Catchings and Jeff Samoyan. I also want to thank again Faegre Drinker for being our title sponsor this year, as well as our other generous legacy, visionary, loyalty, and table sponsors. It is my pleasure to now invite to the stage Bishop John Ramsey from New Life Worship Center to close us out with a parting blessing. Bishop?
Can we bow our heads? Let's pray. Father, we are grateful for what we have experienced here this morning. We're grateful for the recipients of these awards. You declared that our latter glory will be greater than our former. That being said, I pray that the impact of our recipients' future will be even greater than the impact they've made in their past. We thank you for their families. We thank you for the community that has rallied around their vision to make the city better. We ask, God, that you would bless those that are responsible for this event and putting everything together. Now, as we leave this place, but never your presence, I pray your favor, your grace, and your mercy would rest upon all of our lives. This we ask in your name. Amen.